Hello. Hello? Bitch, I stay obsessed. Fuck you. No, I don't. I don't have a problem. And it's over. Fuck, fuck, fuck.
부담이 안 되진 않는 것 같아요. 데뷔조에 들어갈 수 있는 거니까. 저희가 연습을 많이 했기 때문에 진짜 연습한 것만큼 보여주자. 여기서 데뷔를 하지 못하면
Bitch, I said, fuck you. I'm not obsessed. And then I said, maybe. I could watch something else. Hold up. If you want to call me obsessed, that means you don't want to watch this, I guess. We could watch this. Damn, I got a lot of shit on here. Yes.
And action!
Ready to have some fun?
Stop chanting!
Little cheddar's askew.
Pre-debut shit. Yes, bitch, because I want to know the backstory. I don't want to see what the
made
fuck
you
they're
sell
doing
the home,
now.
didn't you, Jeffers?
I want to see how they got there.
Kevin. Yes. And do you?
Yes, we do. We're married.
I remarked afterwards that I wish the efficient had been more efficient. It was very funny. Now, due to the sensitive subject matter, I think it makes sense to partner Peralta with
Me? Because I'm the best at sex?
No, Hitchcock. In fact, you know what? This isn't your week. Why don't you take a few days off?
Sweet.
Sergeant Jeffers has suggested that it would improve morale if we started the meeting with some consensual non-work jabber.
I just said it might be nice if you checked in on the squad's personal lives every now and then.
Exactly, jabber.
I bet you feel real good about calling her dancing a hobby, huh?
Sarcasm. The cowards lie.
I can't let those innocent pups into that madhouse. Terry won't do you like that.
I understand. Just know, you have disappointed all three of us.
The best name I ever brought in was Narrow Shoes Sam because...
His shoes were narrow and his name was Sam. I get it.
Yeah, you get it.
Ooh, fun. Terry's playing the flute.
At work. Who are you? William Wonka? I can't wait to eat your food.
William Wonka.
Oh, it is revolting.
What's your story behind a PB&J?
I want a sandwich. I make a sandwich. I eat.
The sandwich.
Before we quote-unquote bury Pimento, we need to quote-unquote open an investigation, find a quote-unquote corpse, and obtain a quote-unquote death certificate.
Kind of feel like you could have just used air quotes.
I could also wear short pants and drink from a jug that says XXX. Santiago, I'm on the phone.
Triple break!
I'm so sorry, sir. I can come back later.
No, it's too late. The call is ruined. Goodbye, dear. What do you want? Never's not just a crater on Mars. Of course, it is a crater on Mars.
That's hilarious.
It's not meant to be funny, Boyle. It's meant to be devastating.
I heard you were out here. Really hate those jets, huh?
I'm not a child. I don't need a bubble bath.
You ever want to do business again, my door is always open.
Well, you should close it, lest you get moths. That's not all I dipsticked. Mr. Fit! Or shall I call you by your real name, Mr. Fib?
You and Scully are giving campaign speeches in the briefing room tomorrow.
What? Sir, permission to arrest Diaz for being a jerk.
Permission to shoot Santiago for being a coward.
Stop it, both of you. Now you've done it. You've made me turn my chair.
Just that you can be a bit judgmental.
What a stupid thing to say. Name one time when I've been judgmental.
Okay.
What a stupid thing to say. Oh, I see.
Ooh, I love cone duty.
Debbie Cannon.
Hi, quick shout out to the nurses at United Pediatric. This money will do those kids a lot of good.
Cry me a river, Brenda from Yonkers. We've all hit budget cuts. Just take your guess.
Is your new assistant? John Erblin. Nice to meet you.
And John Erblin has just been fired.
What?
I have?
Meet ya? You just abbreviated a one-syllable word.
Is this for real?
Yes. Now, clean out your desk. I removed the K so you'd understand how absurd ya sound. The trident has 3 prongs, like my approach.
Not to interrupt, but Aquaman's trident has 5
Three-pronged
prongs.
That's absurd. The prefix tri means 3. What this aquatic man carries is better termed a pentadent.
No, it's a trident. They
Oh,
call it that
pentadent.
in the original theatrical release and the Snyder cut, so you're 100% wrong and everyone's laughing at you.
Well, regardless, Operation Trident has 3 prongs. Prong 1, Boyle and Peralta.
Oh, nice. The most important prong.
Wrong. Prong 2, the center prong, is the most important prong on a trident. It's the longest and straightest and breaks the least often.
Are you just mad because I questioned you about the Aquaman thing?
Yes.
All right, I see you.
It was a good game, though, for a dumbass.
Okay, you're kind of overusing that one. Maybe switch it up a little bit.
Oh, good note, you dick.
That landed good.
Well done. Now get me mad.
Everyone get
And a
them.
bucket
I'm
of
sorry,
water.
Koi.
It's time to melt a witch.
I'll probably actually, Koi. What time do you get off?
Wunsch is here to see you.
Oh, please
Fucking
stay, yes.
wench.
I need a witness in case her head starts spinning around.
Hello, Raymond.
No flaccid wonder. What's going on?
Yo, did you hear this, man?
I'm here on
They
a
hate each other. They're
Please
so
take her head
funny.
straight. That's
What
not
the-
all I dipsticked. Mr. Fit. Or shall I call you by your real name, Mr. Fib?
What
You
the
and
fuck?
Scully are giving campaign speeches in the briefing room tomorrow.
What? Sir, permission to arrest Diaz for being a jerk.
Permission to shoot Santiago for being a coward.
Stop it, both of you. Now you've done it. You've made me turn my chair.
Just that you can be a bit judgmental.
What a stupid thing to say. Name one time when I've been judgmental.
Okay.
What a stupid thing to say. Oh, I see.
Ooh, I love cone duty.
Debbie Cannon.
Hi, quick shout out to the nurses at United Pediatric. This money will do those kids a lot of good.
Cry me a river, Brenda from Yonkers. We've all hit budget cuts. Just take your guess.
Is your new assistant? John Erblin. Nice to meet you.
And John Erblin has just been fired.
What?
I have?
Meet ya? You just abbreviated a one-syllable word.
Is this for real?
Yes. Now clean out your desk. I removed the K so you'd understand how absurd ya sound. The trident has 3 prongs, like my approach.
Not to interrupt, but Aquaman's trident has 5 prongs.
That's absurd. The prefix tri means 3. What this aquatic man carries is better termed a pentadent.
No, it's a trident. They call it that in the original theatrical release and the Snyder cut, so you're 100% wrong and everyone's laughing at you.
Well, regardless, Operation Trident has 3 prongs. Prong 1, Boyle and Peralta.
Oh, nice. The most important prong.
Wrong. Prong 2, the center prong, is the most important prong on a trident. It's the longest and straightest and breaks the least often.
Are you just mad because I questioned you about the Aquaman thing?
Yes.
All right, I see you.
It was a good game, though, for a dumbass.
Okay, you're kind of overusing that one. Maybe switch it up a little bit.
Oh, good note, you dick.
That landed good.
Well done. Now get me Madeline and a bucket of water. It's time to melt a witch.
Deputy Chief Wunsch is here to see you.
Oh, please stay, Diaz. I need a witness in case her head starts spinning around or she turns into a she-wolf.
Hello, Raymond.
No flaccid rejoinder. What's going on?
I'm here on important business. I'm a front runner for a job in the Boston PD.
Boston, but it's so close to Salem. You do know what they do to witches up there, don't you?
This is amazing.
It's 2/3 if you switch, 1/3 if you don't. The probability locks in when you make the choice. We've been over this 8 times.
7 times. Now you can't even do simple addition.
You're not Al.
You're looking for Al.
Of course we're looking for Al, you imbecile!
Hello, Raymond.
Madeline, I wondered why all the birds had suddenly stopped singing. What brings you here?
I heard you were under investigation by Internal Affairs. Didn't want to miss that.
So much time with your ear to the pavement. It's a pity a truck hasn't run over your head.
How do you like my new office? 20th floor.
Yes, I never thought I'd see you this high without a broom under you.
My lady left me.
My lady stayed.
Come on, sir. Focus on the good. You can hold your head up. You took the high road with Wunsch.
Not entirely. When I was alone in her office, I changed her autocorrect. Now when she types Wunsch, it gets replaced with Bud.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I meant we have to fight her.
We're not gonna fight her. She's the devil. And you don't dance with the devil because you get burned. Also, because in Madeline's case, she has no rhythm, and her hands are like little rat claws.
Because you tried to get me thrown off the force.
Yeah, because you shot me.
I shot you because you were in the wrong position. You weren't following orders.
What about the time you destroyed my personnel file while I was undercover?
What if there'd been a mole?
You were trying to make me disappear.
You embarrassed me in front of Derek Jeter.
You embarrassed yourself in front of Derek Jeter. But there won't be any wine where you're headed, George, unless you make it in a toilet. Toilet wine.
Go ahead and gloat, you toad.
Thank you for this honor, Deputy Chief.
Oh. Okay. You're welcome.
Lunch time is over. Boom, did it! Had it both ways. No regrets.
You can't leave us.
I'm not going anywhere. Madeline's not some invincible succubus. She's a regular succubus.
But we will soon.
Is that a promise? Or just another lollipop that no one's ever gonna lick? Microsoft Word is not a special skill, Marcy Lux from South Orange. Come in, Diaz.
How'd you know it was me?
The restrained knock. Everyone else in his office plays my door like it's a marimba. The other day, Jeffords gave it 3 taps and 2 raps.
Was he drunk?
One can only assume. And this beautiful handcrafted card of a turkey wearing a top hat.
It's a pilgrim's hat.
Where's the buckle, Santiago?
I, of course, am exotic silk, whereas you, sir, are snake skin. So you can keep your box of deception and leave me alone.
It's a box of shapes, and it contains only the truth. If she asks me, then yes, I suppose I will have to blow your spot right up.
Hi, Mark Barden at Sandy Hook Promise here.
What the? Oh, shit.
When the gunman shot his way into Sandy Hook Elementary School.
I don't think so, way. Nah, with you. That's my fault, way. We're not gonna get to go. Damn, I wanted to though.
Lunch.
Yeah, sorry, Wicho, bro. I think we may go for La Baby Shower de Bianca. I think we're gonna go for that. So we'll see you then. But sorry we couldn't go this time. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry we missed you, Wicho. We wanted to go, but I'm sorry, we. We'll see you when we see you, though. So be careful. Hey, y'all have fun tomorrow. I got you. Will you be safe, Wicho? And y'all have fun. Y'all have fun for us. Love you too. This is the only good one I have. Yeah.
Hello, Raymond. You're looking old and sickly.
So nice of you to greet us, Madeline. I thought surely you'd still be crushed under that house in Munchkinland.
Sticks and stones, Raymond.
Describing your breakfast? Do you want a president who struggled against all odds to create this great organization, or do you want a great nothing who struggled against nothing odds to create nothing? I'm sorry, have I not been bursting into song enough for you lately? Would you like me to click my heels together or skip like a school child?
Yes, to all of that.
Hello, Deputy Chief Wunsch. You've aged. Coat, jacket, coat. Is this a police precinct or a Turkish bazaar?
I have to admit, I'm impressed.
Sorry to disappoint you, Madeline. I know you'd hoped we failed.
Oh, no, I couldn't be happier.
Wait, why would you say that? And why aren't you clenching your little rat hands in anger?
Needless to say, I'm thoroughly underwhelmed.
Huh, from your expression, I would have guessed constipated.
No photos of one. That's because vampires don't appear on film. Perhaps we should be looking for a 17th century wood blood. So this is clearly Zumasky. That's a good thing.
Oh,
You can
fuck,
finally say
he's so
goodbye to your
funny,
nemesis.
bruh.
Thanks, Sergeant. That's a nice thought for an idiot to have.
Terrier is intelligent and inquisitive with a bold personality.
A bold personality. We know what that's code for. She's a bitch.
So, here's how I see this going down. You plead for your job back, I refuse, you start weeping like a war widow. Does that sound about right?
Don't count your gross fish babies before they've hatched, Madeline. You could have had a chopper, Raymond. Why don't you take advantage? Just a minute, my cauldron's boiling over. Are you playing the Muffin Man or the garbage?
Just a minute, my pot is boiling over because she's a witch. Fuck me, he's funny.
Huh? Do you know the garbage man? Because I do, because I'm looking right at him again. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Pardon me. I put a recording device in this dope drive, so I got your whole conversation.
You're going to leave my precinct and my task force alone. Or else, you're...
What the fuck? It's only been 16 minutes?
You sure you want to go with that one?
Absolutely, it's hilarious.
They're not allowed to do that. It's against the rules.
It's also against the rules to let a pile of worms wear a uniform, and yet, here you stand.
Cagney and Lacey's reporter concerts in an
Yet,
hour,
here you
and I
stand.
promise
No one leaves until the culprit is brought to justice.
But they're playing Uptown Funk.
I wouldn't care if they were playing actual music. You're a terrible father.
What?
You're gonna sleep at the wheel, man. What have you done to cultivate his incredible mind?
I read to him every night.
Shakespeare, Tolstoy?
No, nothing that advanced.
Dear God, so you're reading him Dickens? Betraying the FBI is one thing, but sarcasm, Bob? Wow. Yes, congratulations on moving on to the second round, said I, sarcastically.
I'm the right director to bring your vision of Maxwell Blaze to life.
What does that even mean?
It means you blew it. Walk away, Jeffords. Walk away.
You were behind all this? You played me.
Like France Bluheim plays the flute. And while you celebrated, McCreary put my watch back in my pocket. The watch never left my person. Dun, dun, dun.
I can see that you're enjoying this.
You know what, Terry? You're kind of making this a nightmare. Maybe you just shouldn't participate.
So this really isn't about helping out Sergeant Jeffords? Well, I guess I'm out.
No. Come on. Of course, I'm 100% in support of Terry. In fact, I'm going to team up with him.
Let's do this.
You are so easily manipulated. Now you're stuck with Sergeant Dum-Dum. Hey, I hate to think of all the great cartoons humanity missed out on because Einstein was just too busy reinventing physics.
Okay, I'll cancel the class.
I mean, who needs relativity when we could have had Einstein's take on lasagna-eating cats?
I said I'd cancel.
Did he hate Mondays? We'll never know.
Okay, I'm going.
Captain Wunsch, good to see you. But if you're here, who's guarding Hades?
Kelly won't tell me anything. He won't even meet with me.
Perhaps you can sneak in disguised as an old leather chair. And what are you up to, Gary, Madeline? Let me guess. Revenge on Dorothy for killing your sister.
All you have to do is
Every time he said some shit to her, bruh. Every time it was out of pocket. Every time I fucking cried. You didn't hear that shit.
say a few nice comments during the memorial.
As God said, when one... Just because vampires don't appear on film, perhaps we should be looking for a 17th century wood-block print.
So this is clearly Zumasky, and that's a good thing. You can finally say goodbye to your nemesis.
Thanks, Sergeant. That's a nice thought for an idiot to have.
Terrier is intelligent and inquisitive with a bold personality.
Shakespeare, Tolstoy?
No, nothing that advanced.
Said I, sarcastically.
I'm the right director to bring
Back in my pocket. Isn't about helping out Sergeant Jeffords? Well, I guess I'm out.
No. Come on. Of course, I'm 100% in support of Terry. In fact, I'm going to team up with him.
Let's do this.
You are so easily manipulated. Now you're stuck with Sergeant Dum-Dum. Hey, I hate to think of all the great cartoons humanity missed out on because Einstein was just too busy reinventing physics.
Okay, I'll cancel the class.
I mean, who needs relativity when we could have had Einstein's take on lasagna-eating cats?
I said I'd cancel.
Did he hate Mondays? We'll never know.
Okay, I'm going.
Captain Wunsch, good to see you. But if you're here, who's guarding Hades?
Kelly won't tell me anything.
This
He won't
part-
even meet with me.
Perhaps you can sneak in disguised as an old leather chair. And what do you want to get out of this, Madeline? Let me guess. Revenge on Dorothy for killing your sister.
All you have to do is say a few nice comments during the memorial.
As God said, when the ones tried to
Called
sneak
her
past
a
the
witch.
gates into heaven, it ain't happening, honey. I was voted least friendly in high school, and here I am, a police captain. Do you know what Mr. Popularity Vincent Mondale is doing these days? He's a sociologist, for God's sake. Sociologist, Terry. No problem at all. This is important. Also, Kevin's friend Margot's here, and she's a real Class A drip. Sleep, you ugly morons. FM radio.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to hear anything once
You
I crush you
ugly
into a fine powder.
moron.
Fine power. No, this is important. Also, Kevin's friend Margot's here, and she's a real Class A drip. Sleep, you ugly morons. FM radio.
Yeah.
It's
Ugly
gonna be hard to hear
moron.
anything once
Sends
I've
me.
crushed you into a fine powder.
A fine powder that will choke you until you die.
Smiles come in all shapes and sizes. There are shy ones and silly ones, or the one you swear
Holy
your dog is
shit,
making.
man.
The best are between people getting to know people.
Oops. I could torpedo her promotion. Just saying it brims my soul with joy. But to do so would mean that she stays here in New York City, hanging over me like an albino bat. On the other hand, if I praise Wunsch, she will leave the city, the clouds will part, and the children will sing Wunsch is gone.
What children?
All the children.
Right, that was a stupid question.
What does that human blister want now? Does she intend to demote me
Human
even further?
blister.
Or perhaps she'll transfer me to the swamps of New Jersey so I can patrol the sinkhole where she was spawned.
My only question is, are you sure your old ass eyes are up to the challenge?
I know you're just trying to motivate me, but these old ass eyes will be reading your tombstone, son.
Oh, Raymond, of course you have beaten me to the gym. You live life right. It's
6'5",
amazing.
Work out your
6'5"
legs,
what?
Jeffrey, not your mouth.
What is happening right now?
The last sands are running through the hourglass. Because your time is running out, and you are never going to get the plaque. The email contains a link to a video. I'm going to play it. Brace yourselves. If it shows Madeline, be sure not to look directly into her eyes.
Because we'll turn to stone?
No, because her eyes are ugly.
Hello, Ray. Surprised to see me?
Well, I didn't say Bloody Mary 3 times, so yes.
When did she record this?
Judging by the flames around it, could be a live stream.
Very good, Rosa. I will never trust Madeline Wunsch. She's a venomous snake waiting to strike, and you know what we do to snakes.
Chop their heads off, remove the skin, turn them into boots.
Don't be absurd. Who would want troll skin boots?
You just said she was a snake.
The devil comes in many forms. Cheddar.
Oh,
Duplicitous
Rangers, okay.
bitch.
It's not like I was the only one who thought it was fake.
And the Oscar goes to Rent. I bet it was the van driver.
You mean the woman who was thrown violently from the vehicle and just barely survived?
Yeah, I'm sure she was very badly injured.
Sorry if my voice is raspy. They just took the breathing tube out.
But they left the BS in?
A few more questions for you, Doctor.
Doctor.
They left the BS in. I'm fucking
Funny when
sick.
people call dentists doctor.
We are doctors. We do 4 years of medical school.
That was called dental school.
But we learn about the entire body.
Yeah, but if you had cancer, you can call it dentist.
You know, it's actually harder to get into dental school than medical school.
Why? Because there are fewer dental schools. Because most people want to become actual doctors.
That's ridiculous. It's not like we're college professors calling ourselves doctors.
It's not the same thing, my friend.
Well, sure it is. When someone has a heart attack on a
Oh,
plane, they yell out, yo,
comeback.
does anybody here have an art history PhD?
A PhD is a doctorate. It's literally describing a doctor.
Maybe let's refocus.
No, the problem here is that medical practitioners have co-opted the word doctor.
Okay, Captain.
Now, I know we live in a world where anything can mean anything, and nobody even cares about etymology. Apparently, that's a trigger for me.
Yeah.
Much like Sisyphus, condemned to push the same boulder up the same hill day in and day out.
You know, according to French philosopher Albert Camus, Sisyphus achieved happiness in that absurd repetition.
Any French philosophy post-Rousseau is essentially a magazine. You rube.
Just want to introduce you to our new assistant manager, Larry Sherbert.
Son of a bitch. Care to sit? I'm sure you'd like to take some weight off your cloven hooves.
Calling me the devil?
Cloven
How
hooves.
original, Raymond.
Actually, I was calling you a goat. You goat.
Cloven
For a moment there,
hooves.
I almost forgot who the real villain was. The woman who recently died.
Rangers are 22 Madrid.
Probability doesn't kick in. Do I have to teach you college-level statistics?
I don't know. Do I have to teach you high school statistics?
Do I
When
have
they
to
came
teach you
back on
8th
Man
grade
City, I
statistics?
recall.
Do I have to teach you 7th grade statistics?
Do I have to teach you? Now, if you'll excuse me, detectives, I need to leave him a snide voicemail about kindergarten statistics. Why'd you stop playing, Garbage Man?
I need some water.
What you need to do is keep practicing, Garbage Man.
I don't have any more saliva.
And I don't have any more time for your excuses, Garbage Man. Now play!
Why would Wunsch fake her own death?
The same reason she visits Mexico once a year and sucks the blood from all the goats. For kicks. Well, I, for one, think you're
For
perfect for each other.
kicks.
Feel like there's gonna be more.
Because you're both losers.
There it is.
None of you stand a chance against me. No courage, no patience, no brains, and, of course, a bald old man.
I'm younger than you.
No comeback for the bald thing, I see.
Son of a bitch!
Okay, I misjudged that one.
Oh, what did he do to you, Gertie? What did he do?
It was an accident, sir.
Yes, an accident. The buffoon's apology. This is your fault, mister.
The buffoon's
Interesting.
apology.
Charles, do you feel that's the case?
Your car is
I thought
pretty
she
far
sucked something else.
over the line.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of your fault, too.
Pass the blame. The buffoonery is endless.
The buffoonery is
Bagel! Bagel! Bagel!
Sir, I am loving this color on you,
People's
but don't you think you
souls.
should tone it down?
Why, in case I run into a family? I'm not planning any trips to the Bronx Zoo.
How many cummerbunds are you holding right now? 0. It's 1 bun to none, son.
As one says when she sees deodorant, I'm not buying it. What is this? Why are we meeting in the bathroom?
Super cool meeting spot. Don't.
The night shift stinks. Stinks like a butt.
What do you think these dinosaurs are talking about? Where to find
Because
Matt
she was a
Love
witch,
reruns?
yeah.
Be professional, Gina. Like the home care nurses who will tuck them into bed tonight.
Okay, everyone. I have some news.
The Madeline Wunsch is a Korean toilet ghost? Boring. We already knew that.
We're getting off track here.
No, we're not, dog. Peralta's just trying to play the sympathy card so we all go easy on him. I'd rather send you back to prison than see you win. I don't want to hear you bad-mouthing my replacement around the office. Do it surreptitiously. Watch this. I hear the new captain's a pill popper. They're on their way up. Everyone hide your pills. Say to the dealer.
This has been fun.
Everyone
I'm sick
hide
of
your
playing
pills.
with whittle babies.
Is there a table for people who wear big boy pants?
You have a boyish face and a big goofy grin. It's like being yelled at by a children's cereal mascot. Oh, goody gumdrops. Ooh, mama.
Is everything okay over here?
Yes, couldn't be better. Because I destroyed you both.
What the hell? I thought you said this wasn't about winning.
I did say that, so you would go slower and I would win, which is what happened.
You're just as competitive as we are.
Absurd. I'm more competitive. Now, who's the bomb? Now I know why you refer to this as a suicide squad, Peralta, because I already want to kill myself.
Why don't you wait a week? You'll probably die of old age.
The only way I'm gonna die is if you touch me with one of your bony fingers and drag me across the river Styx, you reaper.
I've come to ask for your help. The commissioner will recall you.
Fuck. That's so funny, bro.
Moment savored. So, where were we?
Well, thank you, Raymond. I just happened to be in the neighborhood that I check on your progress.
We have a solid
Coy,
lead.
what time you
Suspicious
get
online
off?
behavior from someone using you.
Oh, clam it, Kevin.
Clam it.
And he's not a doctor, he's a pharmacist. Although that might appeal to Anne. Pop, pop.
Did we take too much cold medicine?
Not by a long shot. Balthazar's a thirsty bitch.
Ah.
I don't know where Garibaldi is, all right? It's not like we were close. I was just his trainer at the gym.
Then why were you always going out to dinner with him? Was he doing reps of linguine?
Nice.
The only thing you won last heist was a lifetime of mediocre heterosexual intercourse with Jake.
This fanboy stuff is a little much.
The only thing that's a little much around here are your scrawled-on eyebrows. Yeesh. How dare you disobey me?
Come on, sir. It was a good tip, and we're trying to catch a serial killer.
Well, then, let's see this tip, this groundbreaking tip that threatens to blow the case wide open.
Okay, I know this tone. Here comes Petty Holt.
Nah, bitch, I'm not being petty.
You just said nah, bitch.
Show me the tip. I don't know why you're telling me. I'm not involved. You made that very clear. Where is my dog?
Aren't you standing right next to him?
This bitch? Please.
Motorcycles are death machines. I have 3 kids. I'm not risking it.
Are you saying my life matters less because I don't conform to society's heteronormative, child-centric ideals?
Are you really playing the gay card right now?
Yas, queen. You would take the loser's side, Jeffers, you bitch. Trash talk. Okay. I don't like this. I'm gonna go. I got her a parting gift.
Tickets to Wicked?
In Boston. She's moving to a second-class city, and I wanted to rub her nose in it. Enjoy the understudies, Madeline. Have fun watching some chubby Chenoweth knockoff warble her way through popular.
I'm taking my time and reading deliberately, and you know what they say. Slow and steady wins the race.
Classic reg reader bullcrap.
Yeah, what are you gonna say next? That you read to relax? There's no proof the giggle pig is a serious problem.
So we're just supposed to wait until it turns into an epidemic. You're like the League of Nations in 36, just hoping the Abyssinian crisis resolves itself.
That's the lesson you draw from the fall of Addis Ababa? Raymond, you sound so naive.
And you sound just like Victor Emmanuel III.
I have no idea who's winning.
I am.
That was what the? Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. That's why. What the? Oh, I see. Oh wait, was that it? I don't know. Oh shit! I wanted to watch this one.
Well, the
No,
cheddar's just...
this one. Oh, third episode. Can't sleep, eh? I found him on. I think it was IG Reels. Shit's gas.
Can't sleep, eh?
How you know?
This is a Halloween special. So please, sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself
What he said.
as I make my jack-o'-lantern stuffed peppers
What the fuck? No, it's just my sweat.
served beside a
Bitch, I thought
classic
I said on
Halloween
something.
punch. These peppers are inspired by Stingy Jack, a man that
Oh.
outsmarted the devil, not once, but twice.
Oh, and beans. Was that cheese? Okay, okay,
It
okay.
all started in Ireland, where there lived a mischievous man named Stingy Jack. He was known all around the village for the trouble he caused and for the pranks he played. The devil himself heard of old Jack and had to see the evil for himself. They met at a local saloon for a couple cold pops. And when it was time to pay the tab, Jack convinced the devil to turn himself into a coin and promised to set him free after the tab was paid. But Jack, living up to his stingy nature, pocketed the coin beside a silver cross, trapping the devil.
Oh.
Eventually, Jack would free the devil under the promise that he would not seek revenge for 1 year, and that if he should die before then, that the devil would not claim his soul. A year later, the devil returned to claim his debt, but old Stingy Jack fooled him once again. He convinced the devil to climb up a tree for an apple. When the devil was high up in the tree, above the chickadees, but right below the skyline, Jack carved a crucifix across the trunk of the tree, trapping the devil once more. Jack freed the devil only after he promised him again that he would not claim his soul once he died. The years passed, and old Jack stuck to his stingy ways. Soon, the heavy drinking and mischief caught up to him, and he passed away,
Bruh.
alone, on a cold, dark night. When he reached heaven, in the gates of St. Peter, Stingy Jack was denied due to his tricky ways, and the devil, keeping his promise, wouldn't allow Jack into hell either. Instead, the devil gave Jack a burning ember to light his way through eternal darkness. Jack carved out a turnip and placed the ember inside, and from that moment on, he wandered the earth without a resting place. His only guide, the flickering light of his makeshift lantern. There you go, buddy. Soon, villagers started to carve their own lanterns out of turnips and later pumpkins, placing them outside their doors to ward off Stingy Jack and other wandering spirits during the harvest season. Soon, the pumpkins would be known as jack-o'-lanterns, and the season would be called Halloween. And where we sit now is the last place that Stingy Jack was ever seen. Supposedly. By my neighbor Comey. Hallows Eve, 1999. Spooky, eh? Halloween is my favorite time of the year. It's an escape from the routine. Costumes, old movies, treats, tradition, some old pillowcases full of goodies, dumped out, piled up, and then sorted. The darkness outside, alive with crisp air, light fog, and flickering lanterns.
Excuse me. Yo, I'm alive
One
again,
night,
bruh.
you can
My
be yourself
consciousness is back to normal.
and someone else entirely. I hope this Halloween is a special time for you, buddy. One where you can enjoy not only the warmth of an old Halloween memory, but the warmth of the season that's here now. You should go get some sleep, eh? I really appreciate you stopping by. And don't worry about Stingy Jack. I'm pretty sure Comey's around here somewhere, keeping him busy.
Bruh.
Take care of yourself. And remember, if you're ever up late, you'll always have a couple buddies up in the cedar swamp that are up late too.
He means himself and his dogs.
Happy Halloween.
I love this. Wait, what? So much different shit that we could watch. Son of a bitch. Oh shit, what's up, Chico? Yeah, I've been up for a little bit, just watching shit. Hmm. Excuse me, holy shit.
Grammarly has proven time and time again to seriously save the day when I'm writing scripts for these videos. One day I heard...
On January 7th, I made a video on the final episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog and how the concept of perfection is subjective and irrational. That video ended up being my most successful project in my entire YouTube career. The comment section of that video is absolutely beautiful. And not only do I have you guys to thank for that, but it wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for the show existing in the first place. In the first video, I mentioned how Courage the Cowardly Dog was not afraid to be too real with his morals and life messages. And I think the episode The Mask is the epitome of that statement. Not even 90 seconds pass and there's this evil Max lady beating the crap out of Courage. This Max lady goes by the name Kitty. Mario and her optimistic self invites Kitty inside for a cup of tea. Max lady beats up Courage some more and she sits at the table with the crew. Here, she informs the three of her current situation. Her best friend, Bunny, fell in love with a gangsta dog. I'm sorry, it just sounds so stupid when I say it out loud. In other words, her best friend is in an abusive relationship with a dog who treats her like a slave. When the dog found out Kitty was trying to get Bunny to run away, he threatened her life. So she was forced to leave her home and her best friend. She feels lost without Bunny. Then Eustace completely roasts the Max lady.
Take that mask off, you might see better.
So she gets super pissed, leaves the table, and says the following words.
Dogs are evil.
Hence why she tried to kill Courage for no reason. And she's not done. While Courage is minding his own business watching TV, Max lady whacks up Courage once again. And when he tries to unclog the toilet, guess who's there to make his life a living hell? This show is honestly the closest thing you can get to a cartoon version of the average horror movie. I'm surprised they greenlit this episode, to be honest. That's how disturbing some of these scenes get. So Courage gets tired of getting beaten up, so he decides to steal Kitty's most prized possession, a toy mouse her best friend, Bunny, gave her. The reason Courage does this is because he believes Max lady is out to murder Muriel and Eustace. He comes up with a plan to sell the toy mouse with the impression that the police will capture or execute Kitty. These are clearly the wrong intentions, but we'll get more into that later. Courage hits the road and later ends up in a diner where he meets this rat guy who immediately questions what Courage is doing with the toy mouse. Rat guy informs Courage of the situation between Kitty, Bunny, and the abusive Mad Dog relationship. So Courage changes his plans and goes on the hunt to rescue Bunny. Back at the house located in the middle of nowhere, Kitty finds out someone stole her toy mouse. So she starts freaking out and jumps out of the window in order to look for it. Courage manages to find Bunny, unsurprisingly looking miserable, and Mad Dog, the abuser, is also revealed. We then witness how manipulating Mad Dog's tactics are. Bunny finally says enough is enough, and she runs for her life. Courage eventually saves her from Mad Dog, who chases after them with a car. He is eventually smashed by a train and dies. RIP. As Courage and Bunny escape, they see Kitty on the train, who pulls Bunny up with her. The two happy friends thank Courage and admit that not all dogs are evil. And they lived happily ever after. Except Courage, he's a wreck. In this episode, Mario provides Courage with a few words of wisdom, and that is, in order for him to better understand Kitty and her actions, he should try to see the world the way she sees it. In other words, step into her shoes and relate to her perspective. And I think that's the most important message to take away from this episode. In the beginning, it looked as if Kitty was beating up Courage for no reason. But of course, that's not true. There's more to her backstory. And the same can be said for modern day society. People don't just do bad things or behave certain ways because they're bad people. Instead, there's a certain sequence of events that led to their downward spiral. It sounds obvious, but it's so easy to forget this truth. Because of the situation between Bunny and Mad Dog, Kitty automatically came to the conclusion that all dogs are evil. This is part of the reason why there's so much hatred in the world for people we don't even know that well. Because of our experiences with people who look similar to those we don't have fond memories of, we don't give the people who are actually different a chance. I'm not saying it's not smart to be cautious around certain individuals, but being open to new possibilities will allow us to not only potentially make new friends, but it can also change our lives for the better. If you or someone you know is currently in an abusive relationship, I want to inform you that you can do better, you deserve better, and there is a way out. In the description, I have provided the National Domestic Violence Hotline. That's 1-800-799-7233. Please don't be afraid to seek help. I love y'all. This was made to express. Thanks for watching.
This show's fire, this show's fire, this show's fire. Me falling asleep saying it was fire. Okay.
Unlock lower prices with Printful's Growth membership. Get up to 30% off on products, plus other perks to grow.
You're saying the shrimp fried this rice? Hey, I'm walking here. Go get some bitches, man.
Today I just bought out this whole homeless shelter to get executed. ISIS style.
Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi. 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 We're going back a cameo, and we're gonna go on here, and we're gonna see what washed-up celebrity we can convince to say some up shit that might compromise their morals. Chad, if you see me on here, you can cut ties. Guys, as you know, in every cameo video, we always had a Gilbert Godfrey appearance, and now he has left us. And to commemorate him, we're gonna have a very short moment of silence for him. Everyone in the room, bow our heads.
My balls are itching, hissing, and shitting and coming. I am the cum lord.
All right, that's long enough. That wasn't very silent. Who is trending and why are they trending? No way. Okay, on the topic of Gilbert, this might be another situation because this fucker's gonna die soon. Chad, so let's get what we can get out of him before he eventually has that heart attack. We can get Nick to say some grotesque shit about dipping his in mayo. This motherfucker had enough meals. Look at them titties. Chad, you're right, man. You're fucking fat as fuck, boy. All right, request sent to Nikocado Avocado. Excellent. I thought that was Young Gravy. That is an old lady. Isn't this guy from a bunch of Adam Sandler movies? Hey, John, go get a bowl of rice and hold it up to the camera and say, are you telling me I shrimp fried this rice? What are shrimp arms called? He had this motherfucker flip a walk with his tiny ass jackal clubs. All right,
what the fuck?
Is this Scooby-Doo and Shaggy? Roro Raggy, my little red dog. Free, Reggie. I just ordered Mr. Beast Burger. Like, Scoop, please tell me you ordered me a... And then look up menu items. What about the new inclusive Crohn's disease burger? Hey guys, remember,
holy shit,
Crohn's charity. It's in the description. That is legit. Donate to Crohn's. Well, it's booked. There's a Captain Jack Sparrow guy. We can even say Captain Jack. I have fucking pirate AIDS. I have not eaten enough oranges. I have pirate AIDS. Arr. Okay, picture this. Cold ones, but we say something cool that's not been said before. Chad, say something original now. Mr. Beast has Crohn's. Imagine if the bartender got up on the table and started doing this. That's actually a pretty good pour. Why is there a fucking flea floating in it? I call that protein. What the fuck? Ah, please, please, can we get the fucking guy? $1,000, bro. What the fuck? That price is a charity. Can you please act as the Don from The Godfather? Come to my breakfast table on the day of my uncle hangs to death and tell me you want some spaghetti. Hey, I'm trying to walk here. Okay, I'm setting this. Okay, I don't give a fuck. Is that a Walter White impersonator? Oh my god! This better be good. It looks like a deep fake.
Congrats on your second
600 bones is
I got
crazy.
bit by a Chinese vampire. Chinese vampires don't make you vampiric. They do be making you Chinese though. Oh, please! Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
Hey guys, evil Mr. Beast here. Today I bought out this whole homeless shelter and turned it into a beast burger. Just send it. Do go again though. Today we're going to hit the street and ask people if they're subscribed. If they're not, they get beheaded ISIS style. ISIS style. You actually want to do James White, you mate? Hello, my friend.
This motherfucker is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm fucking tired. I'm tired. I'm gonna take a nice sleep. Fucking wait, let me see how much battery my phone have. 49. Fuck. That's enough to watch something on my phone.
I am Elon Musk.
And fall asleep and shit.
So you think you know Wix, but do you really?
I just finished this anime, bro. It's so fire.
First up, we've got Shake video masks.
I am a big fan of One Punch Man, but oddly enough, despite its massive surge in popularity, I haven't seen the other super hit from the prolific author of One Punch Man. Entitled Mob Psycho 100, this is a show with a main character that has the same face as One Punch Man Saitama, is animated with a degree of polish the likes of which don't even reside within my dreams, and is about psychics and ghosts, I think. I'm honestly not too sure about that last one, and that concludes my summary of the knowledge I have in my brain concerning this series. I'm serious. I know nothing else about this story, so this one should be interesting to explore with fresh eyes, and given that the series is officially finished, there's no better time than right now to review the anime, the manga, the music, and the behind-the-scenes production of this massively successful series. Will I enjoy this series more than I enjoyed One Punch Man? Will it live up to the whirlwind of hype surrounding it? When this video is done, what will I think of Mob Psycho 100?
Excuse me again.
Alrighty, so this isn't a long series by any means. The manga is only 16 volumes long, and it is the single most interesting manga I've ever wanted to take a look at. As I'm sure many of you are aware, one, unlike many other popular mangakas of the modern manga scene, doesn't exactly have a conventional artistic style one might expect from someone that's accrued such enormous success across the world. I think that's honestly fascinating and speaks to the characters he's created and endearing drawings he's grown a substantial following with. And so, to be clear, I'm not discounting the original manga. In fact, while I will be placing a hefty amount of emphasis and attention to the gloriously produced anime, I have always been curious to see the source material from which the studios draw inspiration and guidance from. Unlike One Punch Man, which received the red carpet treatment by being redrawn by Yusuke Murata, possibly the best artist in the business right now, Mob's manga is one's original artwork for all of us to enjoy, raw, unfiltered, and entirely true to his vision of the story. And so, because of that, I'll be curious to explore how or if his original version has been adapted, compromised, or enhanced by the vehicle of this incredibly impressive looking anime. In this video, I plan on analyzing the source manga from one. I want to dissect the music of this series as well as break down its incredibly healthy production and development behind the scenes. And that's not even to mention this crazy story. And episode 1 seems like a great place to start. Okay, so I've sat down and I've watched all of Mob Psycho 100's first season, and this show is amazing. This, unironically, might be my new favorite anime ever. Yeah, I'm gonna spend the next, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes, how much is on the clock, talking to you about how it's made, why it's so damn good, and why I've never seen a show like this. Okay, here I go. The introduction. Unlike Attack on Titan, One Piece, or Naruto, unlike JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, or even Hunter x Hunter, Mob Psycho 100 opens its narrative with no clear story or path forward. Instead, the first 3 episodes or so deal with singular events, self-contained stories of sorts that act as a mechanism to primarily introduce us to the key characters of this story. In other words, it doesn't give us an obvious narrative reason to keep watching, like Dragon Ball did with I gotta collect all the Dragon Balls, or like Attack on Titan did with we gotta get across the walls and freedom and all that kind of crack, right? And yeah, Mob Psycho 100 doesn't really do any of that, at least not in any obvious way. And to be honest, normally when it comes to stories that start off without establishing a clear-cut goal, they tend to lose me quickly. However, there was something about this series that felt different. Normally, I'm waiting for a narrative through line to hold onto when I start watching or reading something. But when it comes to one's best work, the author of both One Punch Man and Mob Psycho, he actively tries to fight against that, and I think it helps to reinforce what his work stands for. Mob Psycho 100, much like One Punch Man, despite having wildly different main characters, represents a fantastical world with plenty of over-the-top, even silly gag humor. The goal here is to make us laugh, and it more than definitely succeeds in that effort. However, as is the case with one's work, and his most popular characters in Saitama and Mob himself, while we might see these stories they occupy as being silly or over-the-top, these appearances are designed by one to be deceiving. In other words, there's always more to these characters and these stories than what initially meets the eye. How a character is revealed to us oftentimes tells us a lot about their personality. In the case of Saitama in One Punch Man, he's very quickly depicted as the world's de facto superhero before, moments later, blowing away the monster in an instant. It is only later we find out that he's largely an unknown, doing it because he wants to. Such is the subversive nature of One Punch Man. Mob Psycho, while similarly subversive, takes an entirely different but similarly appropriate approach. Unlike Saitama, who was depicted as this impressive, impactful, and domineering superhero that's there to save the day, Mob Psycho opens by introducing Reagan, a smooth-talking, largely good-natured con artist pretending to be psychic for hire. He is Mob's boss, and while he is a supporting character, Mob isn't even the second or third character introduced in his own story, and how the anime decides to introduce him is, honestly, I think, ingenious. As I will soon explore, a driving theme within Mob Psycho 100's narrative is that of manipulation and deceit, how others can use people to get ahead in this world, and the philosophy that comes with those that choose to not leverage their position to put down others. In the first episode, Reagan accepts a job to exorcise a ghost, fails to do so because of course he does, and then resorts to calling on Mob, someone who actually is talented and has the skills necessary to deal with this exorcism. He is the 5th character introduced in his own story, and when he is introduced, it's because Reagan needs him. Unlike Reagan, who exploded onto our screens with plenty of charisma and energy, or the dramatic and silly scene the couple he's dealing with had, or even the grand entrance the ghost made. Instead of all of that, Mob is introduced from afar, as a car that already looks like it's part of the background pulls out of the way, revealing some unassuming, shy wallflower, the likes of which look more unremarkable than any other character in this series. This is a perfect introduction to Mob as a character, and everything from his design, introduction, and even voice actor was measured to reflect that specific sense of normality surrounding him. Where Saitama eventually flashes onto her screen after a dramatic build-up, Mob, on the other hand, looks aggressively unimpressive. That is until... And as we divert our attention away from the action-packed set pieces of the first couple of episodes, this choice pays dividends and we begin to understand more why this direction for the character was chosen. We see him in school and in his day-to-day life. We see his relationship with his parents and brother, how he's failing both academically and physically, and how he has no friends inside or outside of school to speak of, reflected in the first episode's closing but sweet and somber scene that reinforces the relationship he has with Reagan as Mob looks on at others chatting and exchanging life experiences before happily returning back to Reagan's side, the closest person Mob has to a real friend inviting him to share dinner. Outside of that, the series, due to its muted and somewhat passive main character, creates a rather large vacuum of charisma to be filled, and so I present to you the king of Riz, Reagan. The brief description I offered of Reagan paints him like an awful person, and while he sort of is in his own way, due to the way the character is written, it depicts a more roguish character than a complete reprehensible one. So much so that he pretty much steals the show if you don't pay close enough attention. In these opening episodes, and indeed through to the end, the fashion with which he's able to disarm what would otherwise be a dangerous or jailable offense with his gift of conversation is a fascinating superpower I've not seen presented in a more entertaining way on the page or silver screen in years. Reagan is a once-in-a-generation type of character, and he must be protected at all costs. At this point, there's a lot of conscious, artistic choices being made, like the voice actor and the animation, so I want to touch on that for just a second because they really helped to elevate this particular direction the story decided to go in. Bringing this show to life from such a unique source material is a challenging task no matter the experience or age of the director involved in bringing it to life. And when I found out that the series was adapted by director Yuzuru Tachikawa in his late 30s, I was blown away. However, he did have an impressive resume to his name. Outside of working for prolific studios like Madhouse and Studio Pierrot, he's directed the beloved Death Billiards and Death Parade anime, featured on Kill la Kill and Attack on Titan, and also co-directed Terror in Resonance with the legendary Shinichiro Watanabe, of none other than Cowboy Bebop fame. And through doing so, built up a huge reputation for himself, and by extension, an extensive list of talented friends from which he was able to draw from to work on Mob Psycho 100. I mentioned earlier that Mob appearing a certain way in this anime was a necessary part of the story, and so I think this quote from Author 1 on the subject of adapting his manga was rather illuminating. He said, "The only thing I asked the staff to do was to keep the anime's Mob looking as close to the original as possible. But other than that, I'd rather an adaptation have some character to it than be a slave to the source." And through interviews, we can see as clear as day that Tachikawa, the series director, took the original work extremely seriously. And this rather serious and dedicated approach to the source material is clear from the get-go. Mob Psycho 100's animation style, approach, and philosophy largely runs counter to the standard practice of the modern animation industry in Japan. It shuns CGs, instead falling back on hand-drawn vehicles and interiors, all in the name of giving this series an old-school flavor, and to that effect, the legendary Yoshimichi Kameda came in as character designer, renowned for his inky and snappy animation across an endless number of shows like Full Metal Alchemist, Space Dandy, and of course, One Punch Man. And in this first episode, it's clear as day that he leads this outing. His work is the core foundation of Mob's visuals. Sketchy lines, dynamic and exaggerated facial expressions, snappy gesticulations. It's all Kameda to its core. He is quite a strict supervisor, but with talent like this, it works and keeps things alive consistently. Which is wonderful because the first episode bounces around from scene to scene, encounter after encounter, and without a consistently fun and expressive design and animation philosophy such as this, conversations such as those which Reagan engages in might not hit the highs the anime otherwise succeeded in reaching. This choice of initially and predominantly depicting Mob as an aggressively mediocre and mundane schoolboy was a measured but conscious effort. And as it happens, Setsuo, the actor who voices Mob in the anime, is a complete newbie. And when asked about this choice, Tachikawa had this to say: "I wanted Mob to have a voice nobody would recognize. I wanted the voice actor, just like Mob himself, to be someone relatively unremarkable. We had a huge number of candidates for the role, but in the end, Ito's voice most fit my idea of Mob." And so I hope this brief
Fuck, bro.
analysis of the series' opening helps to shed some light on
Holy shit.
Why I
1
don't
hour?
mind.
1 hour. Holy shit. Fuck, man. What the fuck? What the fuck? I know you saw that shit. Hmm.
Money makes the world go round, and round, and round, and round. What if we could make the world go forward? What if we could do for finance what the internet did for information?
Did someone say holiday cards? At Vistaprint, we print the perfect card for the perfect price. From fun to fancy, we print hundreds of designs.
And then you're like, one day, you're like, I want Italian.
I could have stayed with Korean barbecue.
Really?
Yeah, but you wanted outside of Arby's.
Yeah, I wanted to switch it up a little bit, you know what I mean? Is that a terrible way to say it? But it's the truth, I think, in many ways. You know, I think we cut around all these things about, like, you know, we weren't intimate or communication, and you know what I mean? We should have done this and that. It's at the end of the day, let's get down to the point, you know what I mean? I just wanted to see a different thing, you know? But I love Arby's still. It's still my favorite sandwich.
Thank you. Next one, is it my turn? What sex advice do you have for me, and how could I improve? Hit me. I can handle it.
Can I say, you're too professional. You're too professional.
I have a go.
It's just like shit you see in the movies, you know what I mean? Like even just, you know what I mean? Just even the turnaround, locking eyes, you know what I mean? A little, you know what I mean? When she's looking up at me, like it's too pro. I want a little, like, you know, a deer, you know what I mean, on the eyes. I want somebody that's struggling a bit, you know what I mean? Because I'm not professional. Like, I want to be able to be scared and fumble around. I think you're too pro.
Well, you know, upsides of being a hoe in my day.
Yeah.
I get shit done. I'm sorry.
It's too good. Do your best impression of my O face.
Your O face is very standard. I can maybe do the sound better than I can the face.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Yours is like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know the answer to this. How quickly did you hook up with someone after we broke up?
A year?
A year? You hit the ground running.
No, a year.
No, but didn't you go to that strip club in like at noon? Did you go to a strip club at noon?
Yeah, but that was a hand job. That's not cheating.
We're not asking about cheating.
Oh, what is it?
Outed yourself.
What the fuck?
Hey, my name is Caitlin. I'm a producer at Cut. If you like these videos, then you should check out these games. They're in stores now. It's awkward, it's fun. I actually started playing this when I first started dating my boyfriend, and I learned a lot about him, so.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, my ankle's cracked. Did you hear that?
Do you think there will ever be a time that we no longer speak?
That would be the saddest day of my life. I hope not. I don't think so, because I feel like you're family to me at this point. And not even more than family. I think, like, Have you ever seen those anglerfish? Anglerfish are like these deep water fish, but eventually the male, after having sex, fuses himself to the female and becomes like a lifelong appendage. And I feel as though
I'm tired.
lifelong appendage, I can never let go of you.
I'm tired, but I'm sorry, but I couldn't do it. Holy fuck, I'm tired, bro. Need to lay the fuck down. Excuse me. Oh. Holy shit, what the fuck? Yeah, nah, this shit's fucking up. Well streamed. Go to sleep.
As an entrepreneur, as
I'll
a
see you
creator,
guys
I'm
fucking
24/7
tomorrow.
on the go all the
Oh,
time.
fuck.
Shopify makes it very easy to be on the go and connected
I'm
with
too
my store.
tired. I need sleep. I woke up early than a bitch.